If you've ever had this feeling that something was terribly wrong with the world that we live in, but you couldn't figure out just what it was, then you've come to the right place. Secret societies, mystery religions, and the Illuminati have been controlling our reality since the beginning of time. But not anymore, because there is an awakening happening, and you are about to become a part of it. Wake up, because this is a call for an uprising.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. As most of you know, I've covered Will Ferrell many times over on this channel. So much just Satanism that he's showing in his movies, referencing human sacrifice and all this stuff, as well as the occult, right? And a lot of people don't believe the occult is real. These people just are constantly talking about these things. And Will Ferrell went on The Late Show with Jimmy Fallon, and they played this game where you're supposed to read the other person's lips. And Will Ferrell just did this whole skit where he just kept talking about things. And I guess it's supposed to be funny to the masses because it just sounds random and weird. But he actually was talking about joining a cult and having Jimmy Fallon join his cult. And of course, it starts to make no sense. He references a person named Jonathan Lipnicki and how that's going to be their god that they worship. Well, you can take a listen for yourself, and I want to show you something afterwards. So take a listen.
Do you like cults? I'm starting one, and guess what? You're my first member. Worship Jonathan Lipnicki as a god. We're going to use your money to build a temple dedicated to the Jonathan Lipnicki movie, The Little Vampire, because it's as close as we can get to naming you after our new god without angering him. I'm gonna pop your pretty little head off like a dandelion. All it takes is a dull knife and 10 minutes. And that's when I take your glasses and I put them on my own face, and then I see what God sees.
So for those of you that don't know, Jonathan Lipnicki was the kid. He's a child actor. That's all he's known for, being a child actor, which obviously is pretty bizarre. That of all the people they would pick would be somebody who's known for being a cute kid in Jerry Maguire. And I looked up Jonathan Lipnicki, and what do I see? Well, I see Jonathan Lipnicki with a wonderful tattoo on his body, or I'm sure those of you who are awake understand. And you can also see that he spent 10 days in Israel as Birthright's 600,000th participant a couple years back. And look, this isn't even about, you can interpret the Will Ferrell skit however you want. But this is about constant referencing of the occult. And when you see the repetition with these guys, don't you start to go, yeah, it's really weird. I mean, they're always talking about this, like, cutting his head off, drinking his blood, cult-like behavior. I mean, you remember the thing in Zoolander I showed everybody?
Mark Jacobs, Tommy Hilfiger, they are all here for the sacrifice.
Time, God created Adam and Eve and Steve.
Has delivered us
The chosen lion.
Behold, God expunged Steve from the garden, only to redeem us with eternal youth, bathed in the blood of the fat little chosen one.
And then obviously the skit that he did on that comedy show where, I mean, it was just beyond bizarre and not funny when he was referencing children, and then he was referencing in baby's blood. And, you guys probably have seen it. If you haven't, here's just a little clip from it.
Let us stare upon his baby skin and chest hair, which can be accurately summed up as not yet a man, but not still a boy. The subject must now drink the sacred tea. It has been used for thousands of years. It improves television ratings in the 18 to 49 demographic. You have drunk the sacred cup, and now be renewed. Now the subject shall bathe in the blood of a gifted turtle. This will make your show irresistible to viewers. It will be like one of those live NBC musicals that makes everyone lose their goddamn minds. You are now one with peace. But to be truly great, the host must accept that he is also one with Earth, a dirt person. That's not much of a metaphor here. This one is just pretty clear cut. Make him a dirt person. Pick up that dirt and throw the dirt upon his face. We will now guide the host with our voices. Repeat after me. You are nothing. You are nothing. You are nothing. You are nothing. Increase the numbers. Increase the numbers. Increase the numbers. Increase the numbers. This is not art. This is not art. Increase the numbers. Increase the numbers. This is not art. This is not art. Increase the numbers. Increase the numbers. This is not art. This is not art. Increase the numbers. Increase the numbers. That one step remains. The mirror of truth.
It's the only way I can do a show that will reach billions.
And now I'm going to kiss myself.
And now I'm going to kiss myself.
Deeply and passionately. Deeply and passionately. Spin around 3 times, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out.
And these aren't the only things he references, right? I mean, I cover him all the time. He's always covering this stuff. He's always doing stuff with babies, talking about burying babies and eating babies. And it's just bizarre. You have to wonder how sick this guy is. And again, remember, this guy was at Marina Abramovich's, this big party gala that they threw for her, where there's, heads on the table. They have actual actors or participants put their head through a table. The whole theme of it is cannibalism, right? They bring out the cake and everybody eats the cake that's shaped as a human. And that's just the stuff that they show you, of course. We all know behind closed doors what's really going on with these people. But the references are always there. This guy has an obsession with the occult. This is no different. Even if it's just some stupid little skit, why is he always talking about it? Why do the people out there not see these patterns and just go, yeah, it is a little weird he's talking about it. There's nothing funny about it. And if it's not real, why are they always referencing it if it's not real? Oh, because they're desensitizing the world from these things. That's what these influencers are here to do, desensitize you. To make you think that none of this stuff is real, but we're going to constantly talk about it and show it to you. It's always going to involve a blood sacrifice, a child sacrifice, cannibalism, drinking of blood, dressing in these cloaks, doing it underground, famous people's involvement. And the masses out there just go, yeah, it's just entertainment. Entertainment, my rear end. So I just wanted to show you that because it was trending. I saw a lot of people talking about it. E! News has an article. Oh, it's so funny. Watch Will Ferrell try to recruit Jimmy Fallon in his Jonathan Lipnicki cult. Ha ha ha. Right? Thursday night, Jimmy Fallon and Will Ferrell played around a whisper challenge on the show. And it's safe to say the game didn't go as planned. The rules are simple. One player whispers, blah, blah, blah. Instead of saying, and they also mentioned, Baby Yoda in the game, which is also just, always a reference to a child, it seems like, when Will Ferrell's around. And I mean, they just, they talk about it, but anything, because he's a comedian, they can get away with all this type of stuff. And you heard him at the end, he says, we'll worship Jonathan Lipnicki as a god. We're going to use your money to build a temple dedicated to the Jonathan Lipnicki movie, The Little Vampire. I mean, I don't know what to say at this point. This isn't something that's extreme that should get people like in an uproar. But seeing all these things and piecing it together, they sure talk about this stuff a lot. And because they're comedians, they desensitize people to it, right? Just like with Jimmy Fallon and Jimmy Kimmel and all these guys that are supposed to be comedians. So if they joke around about it and they hit the laugh box, the audience laughs about it and they become desensitized to this stuff at home, wherever they're seeing it. And they're just like, oh, they're just being funny and creative. No, they're not. They sure have a fascination with the occult. And it doesn't take the widest eyes in the world to see it. It just takes common sense. I thank you for listening to today's show. God bless all of you and your families.